Hello everyone, I'm James. Welcome to my new channel, Mostly Helpful. My first video, the one you're about to see, was filmed back in January of 2019, a long time before lockdown and a long time before anyone really knew what coronavirus was about. Unfortunately, it's taken a little bit of time to get here, but here it is. What we're looking at today is what happens if, as in the case of my holiday plans back then, you're flying out of Terminal 5 at Heathrow and you're flying back into another terminal, in this case Terminal 3. The reason this was happening for us was because my wife and I were travelling with British Airways out to Dubai, and then we were travelling back with Virgin Atlantic, and that means you're leaving from one terminal and arriving back into the next. So what do you do about where you park? Well, this video explains that. The short version is there is one car park that enables you to do this, but let's have a look at the footage.
We start on the M25, in this case heading clockwise. This is just junction 13 we're coming up to on a cloudy January UK morning in 2019. We don't want junction 13, of course, we want junction 14 for Terminal 5. Something that people don't understand is that you can come off at this exit 14 for Terminal 5 and also get to the other terminals quite easily. In fact, even when I fly out of Terminal 2, Terminal 3, I always come off the motorway at this exit. So here we are at junction 14, and then we're looking for that lane this Audi's pulling into where we're going off for Terminal 5. We're looking, in this case, for long stay parking. So the plan here is that there's one car park that sits alongside another car park that enables you to park in one and return to the other, and you're a short walk from your car. That's how this works. They are two different car parks, but there is a way around it. So we go left here at the roundabout. Welcome to Heathrow, as the sign says. Now that ahead of us was T5. We're now aiming down the road. We go past here, which is the pod parking. This is great if you're going to Terminal 5. This won't work for this process, but those pods are great fun. The kids always enjoy those. And what you're ignoring business parking for Terminal 5 on the right, that's not what we want. We are still looking for long stay parking. Over this roundabout, past Europe Car. You'll see Hertz coming up on your right. Go past that. Forgive me, Europe Car is here at this roundabout. So go past there. And then coming up on our right will be where we want to go. Camera wobble, apologies. This is my very first video I shot. I've learnt a lot already since then. This will get better, I promise. But here we are at Terminal 5, long stay. So turn right into here. Barrier controlled, as I'm sure all car parks are at Heathrow. Does a number plate recognition piece. And in you go. Now, I had booked for this trip long stay Terminal 5. I'll explain where we end up later, but in this particular case the car was booked because we were leaving from Terminal 5 into long stay at Terminal 5. My advice here is you can park anywhere, but to shorten your walk, the thing that you're looking to do is get as far to the left in this car park as possible. So we go all the way down here, past all these cars, right to the fence at the end. The reason being is that on the other side of that fence is where we will arrive in a few days' time when we're back from our holiday. Now, I wish I'd gone straight into that space directly to the right of that BMW. I ended up parking next to this big SUV, and then a few days later came back to a massive dent in my door, but that's a different problem. So straight ahead of us in front of that fence is business parking for Terminal 2 and Terminal 3, and that's where we will come back to in a couple of days' time. So out of the car, and then what we're looking to do is catch a bus, but I'm just going to quickly show you where there is what amounts to a gap in the fence, and you just walk around that point there. There is some footage of that coming up later, but that is how this works. One car park is right next to the other. And then it's just a simple case of following the normal process for getting yourself to Terminal 5 in this case. So that's a short walk away from that gap up to this Zone D bus stop. But again, you could have put yourself anywhere. And in our case, we only had to wait a few minutes for the bus. So here we are on the bus, and it's time to go on holiday. Here's a little section from our 747. Sadly, BA have retired their 747s now, but I managed to take this footage. It was, I can't remember, it was dark, so it was a few hours into the flight, maybe a bit longer than that. We were on the top deck, which was really nice, in business. Another one of my Avios Point flights. So 4 days later we're back and we land at Terminal 3. Hello. And then when we're in the terminal, you're looking for the bus for Terminal 2 to Terminal 3 business parking. That's what you'll see out of the bus, and you'll see the grey sign there for business, and the bus makes its way off. Now the bus, on leaving Terminal 3, doesn't go straight to the car park. It goes to Terminal 2 first, picks up some more passengers, and then goes to the car park. So you'll have a little bit of a circuitous route round Heathrow while you're doing this. So here we are, we've arrived at Terminal 2 and we picked up some passengers and we're leaving, and then our next stop is the car park. We're approaching the car parks now, and that's Terminal 2 and Terminal 3 business parking on the left. They're not two separate car parks, it's just one car park that's served by this bus for both Terminal 2 and Terminal 3. So the bus pulls off to the left and you can see the grey sign, business parking, Terminals 2 and 3. So at this point, ring the bell and tell the driver that you want to get off, because we're actually going to be turning right from this position, and we don't want to give ourselves too much of a long walk. So the bus goes left and he drops us off at this very first bus stop here on the left, Zone E. Again, you could get yourself dropped off anywhere, but this is the shortest or closest route. So off the bus goes. And my wife and I then have a short walk back to the car. So at this point the car is probably 50 metres away, maybe 100. So it's straight ahead of us. So we're walking back towards the entrance where the bus came. And remember, this is 4 days on from when we left the car, and we're looking for that gap in the fence, or where the fence ends. Now you're walking past an office at this point. There were a few people around. No one queried anything with me. It might pay you to be a bit discreet when you're doing this, but all you do now is just walk around the fence. And here we are. We've now just walked back into long stay Terminal 5 parking. Always like the 996, looks like a Targa maybe. And here's the car.
Right there, is it?
And it's literally that simple to walk around the fence. As I say, there were some people around, perhaps need to be a little bit careful, but I wasn't expecting anybody to ask me anything. Pop your luggage in the car, reverse your car out of your space, and then just head for the exit, which, because of where we've parked and where I recommend you park, is very, very close. It's just coming up here on the left. And because I'd booked long stay Terminal 5 parking, my ticket is valid, my number plate is recognised, I'm not leaving from a different car park, I'm leaving from the car park I arrived in, and the system lets you through. There's nothing to prevent you from doing this. Thank you for watching, and have safe travels. I hope that's helpful. Things are a little different at the moment, so do quickly check your terminals. Virgin are currently flying out of Terminal 2, but it shouldn't affect this video.
So there we go. That's the answer to the conundrum of what happens if you need to park and fly out of Terminal 5 and you want to fly back into one of the other Heathrow terminals, in this case Terminal 2 or Terminal 3. Thank you so much for watching. As I say, this is my first video. There will be many more videos coming. I will get better. The editing particularly, I think, is something that needs to change. But thank you. If you like what you've seen, hit that like button. If you want to subscribe, that would be fantastic. And I look forward to speaking to you in another video very soon. Bye-bye.